Dosha Lyfe TV, man. Back again. Long time no see. It's been a little minute, man. I've been handling some business. Trying to get shit done behind the scenes. Had a couple delays and things of that nature. But man, it's still here. So, wonder what's been happening. You know, outside of regular shit, a nigga still gotta, deal with stuff at home. You know how it be. But now, you know what I'm saying? Back again, though. Can to talk about a lot of the things that's been going on recently. It's a couple subjects I want to speak on, but I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. All right, for one, first subject, this divine feminine thing. Everybody's talking about divine feminine is punishing people and shit. Like it only attacks men. It don't work like that, man. Look, and for one, divine feminine does not punish with death. Not of our race, no, not of any melanated being, because we know life is eternal. And I mean melanated. When I mean melanated, I'm not just talking the dark skin melanated. I'm talking literally all melanated races. Now, when it comes down to it, though, divine feminine does not punish us like that. Divine feminine is the energy of the soul. It's the soul realm. It's a whole realm. Divine feminine is a dimension. It is not man, woman. It's not gender based. Man and woman, and child. The bond that keeps them together is divine feminine. Divine feminine is the energy of the portals within the womb of the woman, and it's also the energy that feeds thoughts or spirits to the minds of the men's mental. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we receive direct source produced from divine feminine into this physical plane and into the fruits we eat that also becomes our thoughts, but you also label as produce. And then once we eat it and it becomes part of self, you know what I'm saying? When we ejaculate or ejaculate out our mouth in the form of words and spells, you know what I'm saying? It's called, we ejaculate into a woman, it's reproduce. Because they will reproduce this produce into something bigger and great. You know what I'm saying? The energy of love is divine feminine. That's the energy of the soul. Energy brought forth from the soul is divine feminine. Every human being has a heart, therefore every human being, has ties to this frequency. So I say all that to say, stop saying that divine feminine should punish with death, because life is eternal. You do not die. If I'm in a car, my car is my vehicle, my flesh, and I'm on the way to a destination. If I wreck my car, I just get another one with no memory, but I still got the same destination. I'm still on the way there. That's not punishment. It's just simply changing vehicles. Now, punishment is somebody put something on that car to slow that car down. You know what I'm saying? Or punishment is, something making that car go backwards to learn a lesson that it passed up trying to mess with someone else. It's levels to this. Divine feminine punishment is, you're in this car on the way to your destination, and there's somebody, there's a roadblock that you're not allowed to go to this next area until you learn and do some growth. So in order to get to your destination, you have to grow within self. So what divine feminine does is it just simply holds people accountable. So people sitting here bashing a dead man, even though there's, you know what I'm saying, you can curse yourself just from simply speaking on someone that's deceased the wrong way, because when they had a human brain that house parasitic thoughts and energy, if that was the case, then you guess what? That same energy is gone from that soul as the soul moves on. So therefore, you're cursing the energy, not that person. To curse that soul, which is pure once it leaves the vessel, you know what I'm saying, it's to curse a soul, therefore cursing God. Therefore, you know what I'm saying, you could suffer for that. All these people that want to do that shit to, all these major cities killing people, and then, shitting on their grave and all that extra stuff. People don't realize, man, we got gatekeeper spirits and entities that protect the dead. Like, there's a lot of stuff people need to chill out with. Divine feminine don't do that, and a lot of these women really do not know what divine feminine energy even is. I even have a video on divine feminine. It's called Divine Light, Divine Masculine, and Divine Feminine. It breaks it down. I don't know how it's spelled, but you can just look down on my history, man. Because, it makes no sense. People are really operating in their shadow feminine. In other words, shadow feminine is doing your divine work for the shadow government, in a sense, because their frequency is that to send spirits, to people to paralyze their growth. In other words, these spirits hinder growth. To hinder another soul for no reason without consent, it's literally you doing the work of the oppressor just in the spiritual realm. So people, stop it. All this TikTok hexing people and stuff like that, stop it. Because I'm seeing people fuck themselves daily, in real time, in real life, from doing stupid shit like this. So, I'm just putting it out there. So I'm on everybody, you know what I'm saying, get in the right mindset when you do this. You gotta move in honor. But, aside from that though, it's a retrograde. During this retrograde time, people gotta realize retrogrades are crossroads, like a Venn diagram. They're crossroads. Put a cross in the middle of a Venn diagram, two circles overlapping, a cross in the center, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you're that dot that's in the circle that depends on where you want to go. When you enter a new timeline, you enter in the middle of both circles. That's your crossroad moment. And you have the choice to go behind, like go back, stay in that same cycle, or enter into a new one, depending on which influence or which circle of time or timeline influence you the heaviest. The one you feed the most, the one you get the most attention to is the one you lean towards, the one you go to. The wall resistance and the retrograde is literally all these old energies. That's the second half of that first circle coming back into your existence. They feel you leaving their energy field, therefore the resistance is them coming back when they notice you leaving. Your test is to see if you're ready for your next cycle. Therefore, you'll be in the same cycle if you don't pass that test. It's like going to school and you got to pass a test to graduate to the next grade. So it's like when they say retrograde, you got to break down what this really means. Break down the word retrograde. Retro means to pass. You know what I'm saying? You got retro shoes and stuff like that. It's classic. Then you got grade. They're grading you based on past decisions. Grading you based off of what you learned off in the past. That's why it's called retrograde. These energies come around. There's multiple retrogrades a year. This is all growth. You're in a university called Earth. University. Why do you think they call them universities? I've never seen a spider that looked like that. God damn. The fuck was that? Okay, so look, I had a spider on me, right? That bitch was blue and black and white. I had never seen some shit like that. I don't want to get bit by something I ain't never seen before. But anyway, it was crawling on my arm, like a guy's arm. But anyway, though, that's what that shit really is. Y'all get to enjoy this blooper because I ain't taking shit out the video. But anyway, though, long story short, though, this is what's happening. When you're in these crossroads, you're being graded. All crossroads, all retrogrades is literally a divine crossroads created and set in place by planetary powers. And these planetary powers are also the same powers that people put on altars in the form with images to set the characteristics in the form of deities. So this is divinely guided crossroads. There's people that live in the crossroad realm. People that live in this crossroad realm, their whole life is a challenge. Their whole life is a test. There's some people that could live and chill until retrogrades come. It's levels to this, depending on your level of growth. Crossroad deities are the ones that's usually the ones that's the teachers, the spiritual workers, and things of that nature. Like I said, remember, keep in mind that you embody these spirits. But yeah, man, I just wanted to drop y'all some quick knowledge, man. When it comes to this retrograde, for those that already, doing the work, all you got to do is actually put to test what you already learned. If you learn to do better, if you learn better from knowing better, that means you must do better during the retrograde. Or you'll fool around and you end up going in the same cycle and dealing with the same BS that you were trying to outrun. You don't want to do that. Like I said, it's a circle and a circle. You're in the middle. So the goal, it's like you rising up on this crossroad. You can go either this way or that way. You choose. It's a different cycle. A whirlpool of time, and you are that center. Keep in mind, you know what your soul wants. And you also know what your ego wants, which is the false self, the self that wants to exist as you. So when it comes to your decision making, when you make decisions, which ones are you going towards, leaning towards the most? Are you leaning towards the soul or are you leaning towards the ego? And that's how they let you know which side to go or which round to go when you go on these crossroads and doing these retrogrades. When you serve the soul more, it might lead you to your next timeline. Serve the ego, it's going to keep you in that same repetitive cycle, cause you to go through the same repetitive pain till you learn to do better. Because apparently you ain't learned your lesson consciously to the point, you know what I'm saying, you ain't leave that timeline of pain. In other words, you might have to find more, you might have to deal with more pain than lessons. Like I said, it's called retrograde. You're graded on your past decisions and your past knowledge that you've learned. You fail that test, you repeat the cycle. But yeah, man, anyway though, I just came to drop some jewels on y'all. Dosha Lyfe TV. Like, subscribe, hit the cash out. You know, share my shit, man. People dumb. I'm just trying to make it all make sense. There's a lot of true knowledge out there coming out the wrong ways. But yeah, peace, fam.